All right, and we are a go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for race 9 of 36, the quarter mile mark of the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season, as NASCAR's best head to America's Heartland in Kansas City, Kansas, for the AdventHealth 400 at Kansas Speedway. In my opinion, the next gen's bread and butter track, because ever since the introduction of this next gen car, we have seen great racing after great racing after great racing with this race car at this racetrack. And the preferred lane around this racetrack is majority of the time the high lane. Who will ride the high lane en route to Victory Lane here at Kansas Speedway? Will Kyle Larson get back to Victory Lane after not winning for almost a year now? We'll find out what happens at the end of 267 laps, 400 and a half miles around this 1.5 mile racetrack in Kansas City. All right, and it's time to go trackside for the command. Let's go for the command. And the engines roar to life here in Kansas City, Kansas, as NASCAR's best are about to take on America's Heartland in the middle of the United States. The AdventHealth 400 from Kansas City, Kansas, at Kansas Speedway, coming up next on Big Fox.
Talladega is already the biggest party in NASCAR. You don't change it, you embrace it.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
You haven't said that once.
It was implied.
All right, and we're back, and the cars are now rolling to go 400 and a half miles around Kansas Speedway in America's Heartland. And the pole sitter, once again, Tyler Reddick. How many poles is that this season? Like 3 or 4? My gosh, he just can't stop winning poles, apparently. Yep, he's won at Kansas before. That was in 2023 in the fall. All right, here we go for the starting grid. There's the pole sitter once again, Tyler Reddick, and to his outside, his car owner and boss, Denny Hamlin, to his outside. Then in row 2 finds last week's winner, Ty Grandpa Gibbs, and the driver who's won the last 2 Advent 400 races here at Kansas, Kyle Larson, in the spring. He's looking to get back to victory lane after the last time he won was here at Kansas 1 year ago. Can Kyle Larson get back to victory lane in the Cup Series at the same track where he last won at? We'll find out at the end of 400 miles. Row 3 finds Chase Briscoe and Carson Hocevar, another great qualifying spot for the 77. Then row 4 finds Christopher Buescher and Daniel Suarez, 2 Spire Motorsports teammates in the top 10. How about that? For Hocevar and Daniel Suarez. Yep, Chris Buescher, who was part of that insane photo finish, the closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history against Kyle Larson. He's looking to get that. He's looking to win here once again. We're trying to get a win here at Kansas after coming so close in 2024. Then rounding out the top 10 positions is Ryan Blaney and Bubba Wallace. The row 6 finds Christopher Bell and Ryan Preece. Row 7 finds the Hendrick teammates of Chase Elliott and William Byron. Row 8 finds Joey Logano and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Forgot to mention that Chase Elliott, the last time we went here at Kansas, he won in a last lap pass in the fall. Row 9 finds Shane Van Gisbergen and Michael McDowell. Then rounding out the top 20 positions is Eric Jones and Austin Dillon. At least we got to see more rows, but still show the entire. We got to see more rows, but still show the entire starting grid spots on the bottom of the screen. This time they went up to like row 10. They went up to row 10 this time. Grandpa, I think I can win today. Don't push your luck, Ty. It's a long 400 miles, so stay focused. Don't push your luck. And the cars just went down pit lane to test their pit speeds. So we should be going green soon. Logano impression. Ta-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha! I'm starting at the top half of the field. Ta-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha! Ross Chastain rocking the Busch Light Apple scheme. That's a sick scheme that Chastain has for this race. Keys to this race: move your groove around, split the 3 stages in half, and execute on pit road. That's the main keys in order to try to win here at Kansas Speedway. And as I said, this is the next gen's bread and butter track. The way around this racetrack, majority of the time, is around the high side. Hey, John. They just got the 1 to go signal, so we're going green this time by. And there's the rest of the starting grid on the side. So it's 37 cars out here, 37 of NASCAR's best, preparing to take on America's Heartland track in the middle of the United States as they round through turns 3 and 4 for the final time under pacing speeds. All right, pace car makes the hard left turn onto pit lane. The crowd is on its feet, and let's get this race going here in America's Heartland at the next gen's bread and butter track in Kansas Speedway. Through the restart zone, and the green flag is in the air, and the AdventHealth 400 is underway. Four wide already. Ty Gibbs backing out of that. That was close. And Chase Briscoe just gets back in line right behind Kyle Larson. Still 4 wide as they go through turns 3 and 4. Oh boy, who's going to lead the first lap? And it looks as though Hamlin's going to lead the first lap by a nose over his employee boss, Tyler Reddick. Contact into the first 2 corners. That got a little close there off turn 2 as you saw Kyle Larson had to get out of the throttle there after getting very sideways. Now he's under attack from Carson Hocevar, but now it's Tyler Reddick with the advantage over his boss. Is this the new horsepower? No, it's not. It's still 670. Remember, this 750 horsepower is for tracks under 1.5 miles in length. Oh, Carson Hocevar with the slide job already. He's going to make it work on Kyle Larson. Jeez. And Hocevar not wasting any time to try to get to the front. Meanwhile, side by side between Ryan Blaney and Ty Gibbs, that drew Ryan Preece into the mix as well. But it looks as though Ty Gibbs is just barely going to hold off that challenge from Blaney, as we got a challenge for the lead as Denny Hamlin takes it back away from his employee, Tyler Reddick. And here's the contact earlier as they started lap 2. Ooh, just a little touch. No harm, no foul. And speaking of still going for the lead, Tyler Reddick is not done yet with his boss, trying to go back to the lead, but Hamlin gets the drop off the high side, and he maintains the top position. Now looking at Ryan Preece and Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace, who started in the 10th spot, as Ryan Preece just got around it for the 8th position. Meanwhile, looking a bit deeper in the field, you see Kyle Busch in the 8 car and Austin Dillon in the 3 car, the 2 RCR teammates, 23rd and 24th, as we're running aboard with Eric Jones. And here comes Dillon to the bottom side, trying to get a run on the bottom, trying to get alongside the 43, but to no avail. Running on board with Ty Gibbs, last week's winner of Bristol. And this battle is still going on between Ryan Preece and Bubba Wallace for the 8th position. And it looked as though Ryan Preece kind of kissed the wall just a little bit coming off the corner, but he still maintains the 8th position from Bubba Wallace. It looks as though Bubba Wallace is trying to get the drive into the corner on the low side. As look at this mess back here, deep in the field. Looking at Zane Smith and Josh Berry going at it. And Joey Logano, who started tail of the field, had to give up his qualifying position because of unapproved adjustment, or he had to switch tires or something. Yep, we're starting to see already drivers starting to migrate to the top side. That's the preferred line here at Kansas for the majority of the race. I saw deep in the field there, rounding out the top 10. It looks as though William Byron has gotten alongside Ryan Preece. They're battling for the 9th spot. Okay, that was a weird transition. Weird Kansas camera transition there. Meanwhile, now we're looking back at Joey Logano near the rear of the field as he's now alongside Alex Bowman, going for the 29th position. And Logano's got it. And Alex Bowman in his 2nd race back behind the wheel after being sidelined for vertigo symptoms. Now we're looking at the battle between Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Christopher Bell. This is the battle for the 14th spot. It looks as though Christopher Bell's got some. Looks as though it looks like a trash bag on the grill of his car. Got some trash on the grill of the car. You gotta get that off. You don't want to have that piece of trash on the grill for long, Bell. Meanwhile, looking at Kyle Larson and Carson Hocevar, this is the battle for the 4th spot. As this battle is still going on between Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Riley Herbst. Oh, touch there entering the 1st corner. As Riley Herbst looks as though he's trying to take the position away from Stenhouse. but to no avail. All right, about 15 laps are complete here at Kansas as Denny Hamlin continues to show the way here in America's Heartland. All right. Hold right. Oh. All right, and we are back once again. Denny Hamlin continues to show the way as they got a swap for the fourth position as Kyle Larson aggressively takes it back from Carson Hocevar. They really toned down with that Ally commercial. That's a good sign for now. Now it looks like we got that new Ally commercial that doesn't have that. Have a different Ally commercial now, which is way better in my honest opinion. Meanwhile, looking at Riley Herbst and Daniel Suarez battling for the 14th spot, it looks as though Herbst will take that position away. As we're now looking at Austin Cindric, who started near the rear of the field, he's up to the 19th spot. Yeah, I did mute it. Yeah, I did mute it when that Alec commercial came on last week, thinking it was that horrible singing girl, but thankfully it was different. Oh, and it looks as though Stenhouse will go around the high side of Keselowski, taking the 17th spot away. And Keselowski takes it back. Swapping positions back and forth between those two. Meanwhile, looking back at Carson Hocevar, who got really close against the outside wall as he's under attack from last week's winner, Ty Gibbs. This is for the 5th position, but it looks as though Ty Gibbs gets the run down the backstretch. He's going to send it into turns 3 and 4, and Gibbs takes that position away. Meanwhile, looking at Brad Keselowski continue to drop positions as he's under attack from Daniel Suarez. And Suarez gets around him on the high side. Meanwhile, we got a swap for the 3rd position as Kyle Larson took it away from Chase Briscoe. Daniel Suarez, ever since he jumped ship from Trackhouse to Spire, he's been consistently running better than Trackhouse Racing as of now. As we're 9 races into the season, this is race 9. But ever since Daniel Suarez jumped to Spire Motorsports, he's been consistently doing better than Trackhouse overall. And now we're starting to see drivers getting into lap cars, getting into lap traffic as Denny Hamlin just got by Nemechek. No, Priest on pit lane already. Yep, here comes Priest. And it looks as though, I think that was Eric Jones on pit lane as well. Yes, it is. So already seeing 2 cars. Make that 3. I think is that John Hunter Nemechek also on pit lane? I believe that's Nemechek. Yep, John Hunter Nemechek. Here comes Cole Custer, Austin Cindric, and Austin Dillon, it looks like. Yep, that's Austin Dillon. So green flag pit stops officially underway. Here comes Kyle Busch in for his first service of the race. And here comes some more. What was that? I think that's Buescher. Chris Buescher in for his first service of the race. Here comes Josh Berry in as well. Here comes Ty Gibbs now into his stall for his first service of the race. There's also Zane Smith on pit lane. Connor Zillich is now on pit lane. Oh. Keselowski in pin lane as well, now getting serviced up. And Keselowski's down and away. It's only a matter of time when the leaders pit. Here comes SVG, Alex Bowman. Kyle Larson's on pit lane now. And Larson's down and away. Here comes second place driver Tyler Reddick on pit lane as well for his first service of the race. And here comes the leader, Denny Hamlin, and the driver who just went a lap down, Ross Chastain, on pit lane as well. And there's another car who got on pit lane behind these two. There's Chase Briscoe's on pit lane, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, Riley Herbst. I think Ty Dillon's also on pit lane as well. Yep, that was Ty Dillon. Briscoe down and away. I believe that's Todd Gillen coming into his stall. Oh, contact! It's Allmendinger spins. Back it in there. Oh my gosh. He's having a bit of trouble trying to get that car backed up. Chase Elliott's on pit road. Corey Himes on pit lane. And here comes the leader, Carson Hocevar, in for his first service of the race. Yeah, that was AJ Allmendinger who got spun coming into his stall. Joe Logano's on pit lane. Yeah, are we gonna see a replay to what happened to Allmendinger, or are we just gonna ignore that? What are we doing? Can we get a replay, please? Soon. Man, these guys. The guys who just pitted. Here it is. Blaney comes out, but here comes Allmendinger right across Blaney's nose. Kapow! Definitely not what Blaney needed or what Allmendinger needed. So I'm looking at Denny Hamlin fighting through this lap traffic right now, trying to get by John Nemechek, and it looks as though he finally will. No, he doesn't. Doesn't clear the 42. Now he's got the inside lane rolling. Now he finally clears the 42 of Nemechek. So now looking at Chase Briscoe and Bubba Wallace. This is for the 7th position. Oh, watch out, Custer! That was close. That was a bit close, but Bubba Wallace got a good run off the bottom side. He's trying to take the 7th spot away from Briscoe, or now the 6th position because Custer just pitted. And it looks as though Wallace will. And try to pull the slide job in front of the 19, and he will do so.
There seemed to be a lot of tension in the turns. What happened?
Yeah, well, when it gets really hot, almost every turn matters. Yeah, I mean, when it gets that hot, every turn. Ryan,
I get that, but can you take us through the last turn?
like you said, every turn matters.
If you want to turn data into decisions, then make every turn matter with Trimble. Confidence at every turn.
NASCAR on Fox is sponsored by Trimble. Confidence at every turn. Racing times computed. Kansas to Heartland has a 1 3/4 second advantage.
All right. We're back as green flag pit stops have just cycled through. Denny Hamlin continues to lead with Kyle Larson 1.8 seconds behind. And it's Tyler Reddick in 3rd, Ty Gibbs in 4th, Chris Buescher in 5th, Bubba Wallace, then it's Chase Briscoe, William Byron, Christopher Bell, and Chase Elliott, the top 10. But the biggest loser in all of the cycle of green flag stops was Carson Hocevar. He was one of the drivers that pitted late in the cycle to try to get some laps led, but in doing so, once he pitted late, he's fallen back to the 18th position, trying to gain that ground back.
So there is the pit cycle with the running order on the left and where they were when they pitted before the pit cycle began. On the right, Chris Buescher, big gainer, up 4 spots since then. William Byron up 4, and so is Christopher Bell. The key will be, like for Buescher, he pitted early. We'll be able to see if that.
Meanwhile, looking at Tyler Reddick trying to get around the lap car of John Hunter Nemechek. Wasn't able to do so through 1 and 2. Well, let's see if he can get through it in turns 3 and 4. Goes low. Nemechek with the high lane. A little bit close to the outside wall there. Now he's got the preferred lane. He's got the lane that he needs. And Ryan Blaney, after that little contact he had with AJ Allmendinger on pit lane, doesn't have much damage, it looks like, on the right front. Doesn't look like Blaney has that much damage on the right front.
Talking about the tires, that's what I was talking about earlier. You gotta be aware of what you need to do to take care of the tires.
3 wide between Corey Heim, Riley Herbst, and Carson Hocevar. Oh, watch out, Heim! Watch out, Heim! That was... Whoa! Hang on to it, Herbst. Whew. Herbst nearly lost the car. Did a very good job of saving that thing. Oh my gosh. Yep. All that went down between Kyle Busch and Riley Herbst. Man. And speaking of Kyle Busch, he's about to get lapped by Denny Hamlin. Remember, over the week, Denny Hamlin kind of questioned Kyle Busch's ability to still be racing for RCR, saying that he's not as good as he used to be, or somewhere along those lines, saying that Kyle Busch has not figured out the next gen car yet, and it's apparent that RCR has not been that fast lately. And over the weekend, well, yesterday, as a matter of fact, Kyle Busch responded by saying, "I would love to give Denny Hamlin hell. If he wants to switch rides, I'll be happy to switch rides with him. See if he can drive better than I can." Whew, fiery words, if you ask me, by Kyle Busch. Meanwhile, looking at Tyler Reddick, he's having a much harder time trying to get around the lap cars, as he's now trying to get around Zane Smith. It looks as though he'll finally do so along the low side. Dang. Now looking back at Carson Hocevar, still trying to move up, gain back all the ground that he's lost. Now looking at second place driver Kyle Larson, who kind of benefited by pitting earlier than Denny Hamlin to gain track position. That's moved him from third to second. Meanwhile, this battle between Ryan Preece and Corey Heim, adding his teammate, Preece's teammate Brad Keselowski, into the mix as well. That was for the 14th spot. Corey Heim in the series that he should be in for full time, but Corey Heim racing in the series that he should be full time in by now, but unfortunately, because of Riley Herbst and the terrible Herbst company having deeper pockets, they're like, nope, Riley Herbst is in the 35 car. Well, what happened? Whoa, that's a lot of tread coming out of that right front for KB. It's a lot of tread coming out of that right front for KB. So that was definitely a close call for Kyle Busch. Man. Not much happening as we're coming to the end of the first stage. 19 laps to go in the first stage. This is the battle for the 9th position between William Byron and Chase Elliott, as Chase Elliott takes that position away from the 24.
Change happens fast. Lock in your internet price for 5 years and get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
See, Joey Logano has been pretty disappointing this year. Yeah, gotta be honest, yeah. It is kind of disappointing to see Logano struggle this much. I mean, outside of a strong 3rd place run at Martinsville, nothing really special has happened out of that 22 camp. Meanwhile, looking at Corey Heim getting around Ryan Blaney, that's for the 12th spot. Heim continues to put down laps and continues to move up. Look at the mascots going on. Oh. Seriously, somebody please get Kyle Busch out of that RCR number 8 ASAP. Please. Somebody get Kyle Busch out of that 8 car ASAP. Whoa, oh. Look at this gaggle of cars going on between the Toyota drivers of Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, and Chase Briscoe. Looked like coming off turn 2, Bubba Wallace caught the wall just a little bit. And I was just talking about Joey Logano as well. Said just outside of the 3rd place run they had in Martinsville, nothing really spectacular has been happening out of that 22 camp. Now he's about to go a lap down from here at Kansas once again. Did Bubba Wallace catch the wall coming off turn 2? Just a kiss. Just a kiss with the right rear. Literally. While that's going on, the leader, Denny Hamlin, is still trying to find his way around Joey Logano. Watch it, Bubba Wallace. Nearly came down across the nose of the 9 car. Watch it, Bubba. And Denny Hamlin, he's trying to put Joey Logano a lap down, but Logano is really fighting hard to stay on the lead lap. But I think Hamlin's going to get by him this time. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Hamlin's getting tight. Yeah, at this point, Hamlin is like being hindered right now. Logano's kind of hindering his progress right now, but it looks as though Hamlin finally clear him. No, he still can't clear the 22. Still can't clear the 22. Hamlin's probably going like, come on, man, what are you doing? I'm trying to go here. Now Hamlin's going to pull the slide job. Oh, he slid a bit too much, but here comes Logano back to his insides, trying to get back on the lead lap. Now Hamlin's around the high side. He'll easily get around Joey Logano, but now he's got Michael McDowell in front of these guys. As we got a battle for the 7th spot between the Chase and Chase show, Briscoe and Elliott. And Elliott just clears Briscoe off corner number 4. You have a feeling that Yankees fans on the East Coast might be watching this race while waiting for the delay to end? Are they? I'm pretty sure they are. But what team are they going against again? I kind of forgot. I had the notification, but I forgot what the Yankees are going up against. Denny Hamlin is like in a hornet's nest right now, trying to put these guys a lap down as he's up against Michael McDowell. Oh, Kansas City. Oh, ironically. Yep, ironic. Oh, watch out. Hamlin still can't get around Michael McDowell, as McDowell's doing a good job trying to stay on the lead lap while Hamlin's progress of trying to put these guys a lap down is being hindered right now. Oh, man! That was close coming off the corner. Big heads up driving by McDowell, noticing that Hamlin's on this outside. Now Hamlin to the inside of Stenhouse. It looks as though Hamlin's going to finally clear the traffic if he can clear the 47, which he does. That got a bit hairy for the leader, trying to get around the lap cars. Dang McDowell. Gilliland. Dang Gilliland. Could Todd Gilliland possibly try to get back on the lead lap before the last lap is out? I don't think so. Final lap is stage 1. Whoa, looking at Tyler Reddick. I don't know if Reddick caught the wall or something. I don't know. All right, through turns 3 and 4, it looks as though Hamlin will win stage number 1, and Gilliland's going to get back on the lead lap. Wow, Hamlin just let Gilliland get back on the lead lap. What? Okay, that was weird. Hamlin just let Gilliland get back on the lead lap. Ha! Thanks, I guess, Gilliland says to Hamlin. But anyways, that wraps up for stage 1. Stage 2 coming up next.
teammate like furniture. She's confident that she will always win the day. Call, click, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
I've heard this rancher is on his way.
Hey, what's up, Jason? What's up, Jason Buttes? I don't know. Attaboy McDowell 71.
Thomas billionaire, taxi billionaire. Tom doesn't take corporate money because he doesn't need it. Are getting behind Tom Steyer. Tom is going to fight for homes that we all can afford.
Utility rates by 25%.
For single payer healthcare.
Take on the big corporations.
Together we can beat them. I'm voting for Tom Steyer. I trust Tom Steyer.
Racing is an expensive sport, and yeah, I remember my dad working 24/7 because he's taking care of my racing. So respect and sponsorship is huge for sure. I think my dad's the most excited about all this because he set up the original Spectrum sponsorship. And I think that's the most part for me is seeing how excited he is. So if I were to win in the Spectrum car, I think it would be unbelievable. Good days start here. Good day only with Dinglings on House 11.
Denny Hamlin's pit crew is ranked fifth so far this season. It's the same group of guys that went to victory lane 6 times last year. Already once this year. Let's meet Team 11.
All right. 11 pit crew. Here we go. Kenneth Purcell, the fueler. Austin Maloney, the front tire changer. Devin Euchre, the rear tire changer. Joel Bonganon, however you say that, Jackman. Dylan Dowell, the tire carrier. That was a rather first stage. That was a rather tame first stage. My mistake.
What we're seeing on reading the radio is the fact that maybe he's got a right rear issue and he slid up in the wall right before that stage ended. Yeah, he's got some right-side damage on that car. That's what we were wondering.
Did Buescher catch the wall? That's what they're saying. Oh, yes, he did. All the Goodyear lettering has been knocked off the tires on the right side. So he did catch the wall at some point. But anyways, here they come onto pit lane now. Bell's down and away. Elliott's down and away. Larson's down and away. And Hamlin's down and away. Watch out! Nearly took out Ty Gibbs' pit crew there. That was close. Or was that Priest? Oh, that was Priest. And Elliott gains 3 spots on pit lane. How about it?
advanced to GTO road racing for Roush and Ford, and it was in the same role for Oldsmobile. Then became a key figure in bringing Toyota to
Rest in peace, Lee White.
retired as president and general
Rest in
manager
peace.
for Toyota Racing Development. Lee White passed recently, age 78.
Rest in peace.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Known for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fevers, dismissals, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Waking and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sickness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar. Breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar. It's time to go. Toyota shows up. You feel the power on every trail. Bring more on for the ride and take on whatever comes next. When life calls, you're ready with Toyota. Now get a Tundra with a low 2.99 APR plus 1,000 finance cash. Yes, 2.99 APR plus 1,000 finance cash. That's perfect timing. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places. It's happening on streets all across our country. Trump's ICE agents profiling and kidnapping our neighbors. It's outrageous, it's un-American, and it's illegal. I'm Tom Steyer. If Trump's ICE agents break the law, we'll prosecute them, just like anyone else. And if their leaders directly break the law, we'll prosecute them too. ICE is broken, so abolish it. No masks, no secret police. I'm Tom Steyer. If you come to California when I'm governor, you follow our laws. Wait, that's price. That can't be. For a full iced coffee, that's gotta be a typo or something. Make it make sense. I guess it's $1.99.
I'm Ty Gibbs, and I'm back, teaming up with Rashawn to give away a fully furnished multi-million-dollar home. So what's the key to winning? Play Rashawn for your chance to win big. Visit Rashawn.com for more details.
Kansas Speedway has been about the day. Domination started on the front row and stayed within the top five. It's led to loose laps in your stage one winner. He won the first two stages in this race last fall, but did not end up winning that race. As we are coming to you along with Jimmy McMurray and Chris Myers from the beginning here of turn one. There's some nice people here. Thanks for having us. Have a good Christian. All right, so we know Toyota's Denny dominating here. If not Denny, it's just Kyle Larson the best chance to unseat him early in this race.
Well, clearly Larson's not the best position right now, but Chase Elliott also has been up there. The guy that I've had my eye on is Carson Husler. Had that pit stop with their first stop. Drove back up to 8th race, but had another bad pit stop. They can get their pit stops under control. Husler has a car capable of getting up there and doing something.
And I know Kevin Harvick touched on it. Denny Hamlin did say on our pre-race show in regards to Kyle Busch, he said 15 years they were teammates. He said, no teammate taught me more than Kyle Busch, and I really wanted to do well because it will be good for all of NASCAR. Let's go back to the booth.
Thanks. 87 laps complete as we get ready for stage number 2. Ryan Blaney spent a lot of time on pit road. They were working on the front splitter of his car and took the too many men over the wall, so we could get that repair made and stuff in the back.
Yeah. All right, so Blaney just made a second pit stop to take a look at the right front to fix that. Whoa, oh my gosh. It's a lot of cording on Reddick's car, on Reddick's tire there.
lost a bunch of spots with a 17.5-second stop. They had to jack the car up twice. 19 total spots lost today for him.
Ouch.
He will restart back at 18.
Yeah, he's got, like you said, man, I mean, he's got a car capable of
Back in the 18th spot for Hocevar. Yikes. Because of that slow pit stop they had.
Stage 1 went clean and green, 80 laps. Stage 2 is 85 laps.
All right, here we go.
Stage 102.
It's going pit lane, coming to the restart zone this time by. Restart zone, green flag, stage 2 underway. Hamlin getting a good shove from his car teammate from the car that he owns, Tyler Reddick, to shot him out to the lead. Larson getting a big run down the backstretch to his inside. Here he goes, trying to take the lead away from the 11. Oh, sliding it. Got Hamlin really tight. Hamlin had to really get out of the throttle, and Larson goes to lead. Here comes Elliott to his inside, trying to go for second. Now Reddick's trying to go for the third spot away from his car owner and boss. Yeah, when Larson made the move to the inside of Hamlin, he stayed committed. He wanted that lead so badly, he drove it. He just hit the gas as early as possible and took the lead away from him. Wow. Now Larson's is in control of the clean air, so we'll see we'll see how he battles this clean air, handles the clean air. Oh man! As Reddick just squeezes in front of Hamlin to take the third spot away. Yep, take notes, boys, because that might come in handy for later on in this race. As we saw Christopher Bell to the inside of Chase Briscoe, but to no avail. As Austin Cindric looks as though he's backing up, trying to get around Todd Gilliland. And there's Carson Hocevar, not quite clear yet in front of the three of Austin Dillon, trying to get back all the ground that he's lost after that slow pit stop, but he's going to get split by Ryan Preece. And Dillon just squeezes underneath, cutting the nose off of the 60 car. And because of that, Hocevar gets the run off the high side, and he'll take that position away from Austin Dillon. As Hocevar goes up to the 16th spot, but here comes Corey Heim to the inside of Austin Dillon. Oh, that was close between him and Noah Gragson there, just a little bit. As meanwhile, we got a battle for the second spot going on between Chase Elliott and Tyler Reddick, as Reddick's trying to go on the low side, trying to take the second spot away from Elliott, but to no avail. Yeah, Reddick looks as though he's trying to enter high and then cut down low, coming off the exit, trying to get a better run off the corner. Yep. Whoa! And it looks as though Reddick made a big arc into the corner, got a big forward throttle into the corner. Now he's alongside the 9 car, side by side for a second spot. Here he comes. He's going to have the preferred line entering turns 3 and 4, and Reddick's got it. Oh, whoa! And Reddick easily blocking the 9 car, trying to trying to prevent him from going back underneath him. Wow. That got a little hairy down the front stretch through the tri-oval. But Reddick will maintain that second spot. Now here comes Hamlin back to the inside of Chase Elliott after being spooked on the restart. Ah! Watch out!
Jordan's cars are second, 10th, 14th, and 17th. AJ Allmendinger with an unscheduled stop under green. Well, we've seen these Toyotas, but look at this one right here, all the way from the trunk.
Alex Bowman in third? I just noticed that. What? Alex Bowman up into the 9th spot. What? I just now noticed that. Wow. Meanwhile, looking at this gaggle of cars as Corey Heim tries to go 3 wide underneath Cindric and Gillen, but to no avail. Thinks better of it. As Heim just squeezes back in front of his teammate Riley Herbst. That's not for the... That's not... Oh my gosh, my joy! Oh my gosh, my joy! What are you saying? Oh my gosh! That is not for the lead. My AJ Allmendinger is a lap down. Why would you say that, Mike? Oh my gosh, Mike. Oh my gosh. Allmendinger's about to go a lap down. Why would you say that's for the lead? Oh my goodness. Wow. Anyways, looking at Brad Keselowski and Carson Hocevar battling for that position. As Hocevar dives it into the corner, trying to get alongside the 6th, but to no avail. This is for the 12th position.
This is Arby's new French dip royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, Your Royal Highness."
Did they show that Allied commercial? No, they didn't.
You can tell time by measuring the sun's distance from the horizon.
Meanwhile, looking at Bubba Wallace as he takes the 9th spot away from Alex Bowman. I don't know if you heard it, John, but when they showed Kyle Larson side by side with AJ Allmendinger, who was about to go a lap down, Mike Joy shouted, "For the lead!" Like, that is not for the lead, Mike. Allmendinger's is in 37th, about to go a lap down. Like, that is not for the lead. Oh my gosh, Mike Joy. And this battle is still going on for the 10th spot as Bubba Wallace once again gets by Alex Bowman. Yeah, he is a yeah. Mike Joy is a legend, but at that moment right there, gosh, Mike. Yeah, I think it's about to. I think the time is about to come for him to get it, for him to put the microphone down. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer in terms of commentary, no doubt, but he's starting to slip up more often. Anyways, back here at Kansas Speedway now, as Kyle Larson continues to hold a slim lead over Tyler Reddick. All right, crank it up time. Here we go. Am I honestly looking forward to the Brickyard 400 this year? Of course I am. Of course. What with Logano? It will be like who will put their name on the IMS history at the end of this race, or as Rick Allen or as Rick Allen said at the or as Rick Allen said in the 2015 Brickyard 400 when Kyle Busch won, who will add their name to the illustrious list of Brickyard 400 winners. If we're talking about the Brickyard 400, but in terms of Indianapolis Motor Speedway history, yeah, kind of goes like that as well. Yeah, the one when I was talking about John, and when I said Rick Allen in 2015, Rick Allen said Kyle Busch is going to add his name to the illustrious list of Brickyard 400 winners. That's what I meant when I said Rick Allen when he did that call in 2015. Last year, Bubba Wallace saved enough fuel and survived 2 overtime finishes to put his name on that list. Yes he did. Yep, Bubba Wallace added his name, as Rick Allen said, to the illustrious list of Brickyard 400 winners, and added his name to the list of drivers who won at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Oh, oh my gosh, Clint. Oh, competitive spirit. Oh my gosh, Harvick. Oh my gosh. Wow, Harvick. Competitive spirit. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's a great point that they're talking about right there. When you look at the scenes on this racetrack, and the thing that I always used to look for
these higher angles right here above the racetrack right here. But the seams definitely have affect the way that the car handles. Each lane has a little bit different banking as well, but you can see the different shades in the rubber on the racetrack right there. So from a driver's perspective, you start hunting around.
Last year in the springtime when we were at Kansas, Kyle Larson put on a clinic, and that was his last win of the season en route to his second championship. Now we're back here at Kansas once again in the spring, and he's looking to end that winless streak. He hasn't won in 32 races. Still got a long way to go before we determine that. As we're looking back at Tyler Reddick, looking backwards at Denny Hamlin now. It looks as though as the run begins, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, and Denny Hamlin are pretty much even. But as the run progresses, Hamlin's car starts to shine and Reddick starts to fall off a little bit. And Larson starts to prevail as well. As they're now getting by the lap car. Oh, it's criminal Cody Ware. As we're now looking at a battle for the 12th position between William Byron and Carson Hocevar. As Hocevar got really squirrely coming off of turn number 4. No harm, no foul. As we see the first of drivers starting to head to pit lane. Ty Gibbs on pit lane now. Gibbs down and away. Here comes Christopher Bell in. Chase Briscoe's in as well. And Bell's down and away. Cindric's on pit lane as well. Austin Dillon, Riley Herbst, Daniel Suarez. Here comes Ty Dillon as well. Here comes Chase Elliott. That was close between Dillon and Cindric. One coming in and one coming out. There's another car coming onto pit lane. It looks as though it's Keselowski. I don't know. Elliott's down and away. Oh, that was Alex Bowman. Eric Jones is on pit lane as well. Really close to the wall there for Larson, trying to get around the lap car of Connor Zillage, as Kyle Busch is now on pit lane. And Joe, Ty, pit now! I just pitted, Grandpa! I know what I'm doing! And Kyle Larson down to the apron of the racetrack. I think he's coming in this time by. Yes, he is. Here comes Larson on pit lane. So is Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin. Here come the leaders. Here come the leaders. Also, Ryan Preece is on pit lane just as well. Larson, the 2015 Rolex 24 winner, lap the 2024 Rolex 24 winner in class. Oh, yeah. Larson lapping down Connor Zillage. Yeah. Larson's down and away. Hamlin's down and away. And Reddick's down and away. A bit slower stop for Reddick. A bit slower stop for Reddick at 11.4. There's Chase Elliott. Just got by Denny Hamlin. That's for provisional P2. That's for provisional P2. Elliott just got by Denny Hamlin. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Reddick. He had 11.4 stop. Well, 12-second stop now. Yikes. So now Gillen's on pit lane, getting serviced up. So the last two to pit are Carson Hocevar and Ryan Blaney, as Bubba Wallace just finished his stop. And I think Hocevar's coming in this time by. Yes, he is. Here comes Hocevar. And is Ryan Blaney going to follow him through? It doesn't seem like it. Watch out, Stenhouse! My gosh! Yep, Blaney followed through. So now the lead will cycle back to Kyle Larson. And Blaney's down and away. So now green flag stops have now cycled through, and then that hands the lead back to Kyle Larson. But a new second place driver, that is Chase Elliott, who pitted earlier than the leaders. Stay low. Stay down there, Blaney. Thank you. All right, green flag stops have not cycled through. Larson retains the lead. Be right back. All right. Well, it looks like we got a battle for the second spot as Denny Hamlin has caught up to Chase Elliott, trying to get the second place back. Oh, couldn't do it there as they're getting by the lap car of Zane Smith. Now they're catching up to Cole Custer. Don't know why you went all the way down to the apron, Elliott. You weren't going anywhere. Trying to get around the 41. Now it looks as though you will. Yes, he does. Now Hamlin's getting a by Custer now. No harm, no foul.
First guy, cold and smooth survival skills. If red touches yellow, it'll kill a fellow. But if blue touches white, it's flight. And for the mountains. Come back later.
Yeah, Hamlin got a really good run through the tri-oval on the back draft of Chase Elliott, and he'll easily take the second spot away from the 9.
Larson, last year's winner, leading Denny Hamlin by 4.8 seconds. Then Chase Elliott went back and forth. Tyler Reddick, Jamie.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick, after that bit of a slow pit stop he had during green flag stops, back into the 4th position. Oh. That was close. Yep, caught the wall entering turns 1 and 2. Watch out. So that's probably why he lost ground trying to catch up to Chase Elliott. To Kyle Larson before they made their pit stops. Yeah, that's probably why. Hey, Alessandro.
Larson up front, Hamlin, Elliott, there's Reddick in 4th. Hamlin's lead with the lap car of Noah Gragson.
Meanwhile, looking at Christopher Bell, currently running in the 5th position, because he's just getting by the lap car of Cole Custer. Bell currently running. He's been up front all race long, flirting around with the top 5, top 10 all race long. And there's Ty Gibbs, who's also been floating around in the top 5, top 10 all race long. Last week's winner at Bristol. After like 130 races. Yeah, Gibbs finally got his first career win last week at Bristol after 130 races. Bubba Wallace running in the 7th spot. Floating around inside the top 10 for the majority of the race. Right behind him is Chase Briscoe running in the 8th position. There he is. Who's also been floating around with the top 5, top 10 all race long. Yeah, these Toyota drivers have been very strong here at Kansas throughout most of the day. Meanwhile, Brad Keselowski, the first Ford in the top 10, currently running in the 9th spot. He's been floating around inside the top 15, top 20 most of the race. Before green flag stops happened, now he's in the 9th position. And right behind him is his teammate, Chris Buescher. Also, Keselowski, the car that he owns, Chris Buescher, is right behind him, currently in the 10th spot. Floating around in the top 10, top 15 all race long. And right behind him, Alex Bowman in his 2nd race back after undergoing vertigo issues, running in the 11th position. He started way deep in the field, floating around with the top 30 for around most of the day before he got a top 20 in the first stage. Now he's in the top 15 and 11, one position away from the top 10. And right behind him, Austin Cindric, who started near the rear of the field as well, but methodically worked his way through the field, finished in the top 20 in the stage 1. Now he's in the top 12 in the 12th position. And Carson Hocevar, who started in the top 10, flirted around with the top 5, top 10 all race long before that slow pit stop at the end of stage 1, got him mired back in traffic. Now he just got by Austin Cindric for the 12th position. And Riley Herbst, still running in the 14th position after starting 22nd, has been floating around mainly in the top 15 all race long. And behind him, William Byron, who also started in the top 15. It's been floating around the top 15 all race long. Finished 11th in stage 1. Now he's currently running in the 15th spot. As I said, flirted around the top 15 for the majority of the race.
Says you can't load the car hard getting in the corner, Byron said. Jamie?
And Corey Heim, now we're looking at Corey Heim, the driver who should be full-time in the Cup Series, by the way. Been floating around in the top 10, top 15 all race long. He's currently running in the 16th spot after starting in the 24th position. I'm actually glad Bowman is doing much better compared to his Bristol race last week. He needed this. Yeah, definitely. And right behind him, Austin Dillon running in the 17th spot, but mainly in the top 20 all race long. Been running top 20 all race long. There's nothing much to say about him. And here's the 60 car of Ryan Preece, running in the 19th position. Been floating around the top 15, top 20 all race long. And there is Suarez, who started inside the top 10 in the 10th position, moved up to 8th because of two cars who had to go to the rear of the field because of unapproved adjustments. Been floating around the top 15, top 20 all race long. So far, so good for Suarez, as we're about 17 laps away from the finish of Stage 2, as Kyle Larson continues to lead the way.
I get that, but can you take us through the last turn?
Like you said, every turn matters.
You want to turn data into decisions, and then make every turn matter and tremble. Confident at every turn.
Here's what we'll say about the road to greatness. Today's Ford is synonymous with desert racing. Keep pushing through the desert's not close. It sure isn't paved. The challenge just developed.
Hate to go off topic, but there was a driver that died at the Nürburgring yesterday. I heard. That is such sad and terrible news. I don't know the driver's name. I don't know who the driver's name was. I kind of forgot. I saw what his name was like, but I don't know how to say it. But it is sad to hear that he died yesterday at Nürburgring. It is another reminder of how dangerous racing can be. It is a dangerous sport after all.
One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, Your Royal Highness."
Arby's, we have the meat. Which guy? Cold and smooth.
Oh, you fell asleep in Stage 2. I don't blame you. Nothing much has happened. Outside of pit stops and Larson getting the lead off that restart, nothing much has been really happening, honestly. As Tyler Reddick just took the third spot away from Chase Elliott. This is why we need 750 horsepower here, definitely, or maybe 750 to probably 750 to 800 on all tracks, except for the super speedways. Which speaking of which, next weekend they're off to Talladega Super Speedway, where it was announced over the week, well, the past couple of weeks, honestly, that NASCAR has announced that the stage breakdown for next week at Talladega Super Speedway will be 98, 45, and 45. Yep, I just said that, NASCAR fan. the stage breakdown will be 98, 45, 45 to hopefully reduce fuel saving as the race progresses. But we're probably going to still see some fuel saving in the first stage, which being 98 laps. But for the last two stages being 45 laps, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. If only NASCAR would just get rid of the stage yellows and just fix the cars, that would make much more sense. Instead of like making the first stage longer and the last two stages shorter. Come on. Like, in order to fix the super speedway package, I said this before, like, get rid of this taper spacers, shorten the spoiler height to around 4.5, 5 inches, I don't know, and and increase the horsepower from 510 to 550. Those are my takeaways to hopefully fix the super speedway package. Get rid of the taper spacers, reduce the spoiler height, and increase the horsepower. That's my that's my key nuggets to like fix the super speedway package. You don't know if the taper spacer is part of the problem? Um, kind of, but still. I just want the cars to be whipping at high speeds again. I just want the cars to be at high speeds again instead of riding around half throttle for the majority of the race until like the last 10 or so laps. But when you're at full throttle, they're just gridlocked side by side and nobody can go anywhere. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed to hopefully we'll just have to wait and see what Talladega has to offer next week. Just have to wait and see. At Daytona, there were drivers going 3 wide full throttle, so I feel like they can do it at Talladega. Well, that's different because Daytona, when you're 3 wide at Daytona, you're like, yeah, you're full throttle, but you're 3 wide at full throttle because I believe Daytona is much narrower. I think that's why they're 3 wide at full throttle. But when you're at Talladega, a much wider track, when you're full throttle, all you're doing is side by side gridlocked. Nobody can go anywhere if you're side by side at full speed. That's what we've been seeing for the past few years with the next gens. And the only super speedway track that's like produced the best racing, honestly, is what NASCAR fan just said, Atlanta, because the track is wearing out much quickly. The track at Atlanta Super Speedway is wearing out much quickly, and handling matters more at that track. But as I said, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed to hopefully Talladega is much better than what we've seen the past few years with the next gens at Talladega with the fuel saving, gridlocked, whatever the hell. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and hopefully it's better next week. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true, John. The fall race at Talladega last year was solid at best. It was solid at best. I'll give it that. But still, there's a lot of work that needs to be done with the next gens on the super speedways. Except for Atlanta. Atlanta's fine with the super speedway package that NASCAR runs there. Still wish they would use the intermediate package sooner rather than later, because the track is wearing out so quickly. You'll defend 2022 fall for barely any three-wide racing because of the safety concerns of the car. Yeah, 2022 fall, I can understand why everyone was concerned because we had a driver who was very injured, who was injured the previous week at Texas, and Alex Bowman, who suffered a concussion after just barely tapping the outside wall, mind you, and had to sit out 5 races for that. So I can understand the safety concerns of there, why there were no three-wide racing at that point. But still, I understand it. We'll just have to wait and see what happens next week at Talladega. That's all I can say. Anyways, after that little ramble, as they come off turn 4, Kyle Larson, trying to get back to victory lane, is going to win stage number 2. While I was rambling, I guess that's one way to pass the time because nothing much is happening on the track. That's one way to pass the time, to kind of expect what we're going to see next week at Talladega to see if the racing improves or not. That's one way to pass the time while I was rambling. So what do I think of Michael McDowell? He's a solid driver. McDowell's a solid driver. Mm-hmm. I think people got called out for saying that Alex Bowman hit in 2022 Texas was a hard hit. Psh, delusional fans thinking that hit that Alex Bowman took at Texas in 2022 was hard. It was a slight tap. It was a slight tap to the outside wall. But Alex Bowman said, and I quote, I remember him saying, I don't think I can drive this thing anymore. That was like the hardest hit I've ever taken inside a race car. I think the reason Bowman was saying that because he felt most of the impact. He felt most of the impact from inside the car. Because at the time, the next gen car was so stiff. The next gen car in its early years was so stiff. So most of the impacts were to the drivers themselves. Now, Kurt Busch, that was a different story. That was a hard crash he took at Pocono in 2022 during qualifying. Still hate the fact that ended his career as a full-time NASCAR driver. I still hate the fact that ended Kurt Busch's full-time NASCAR career. Kurt Busch did not deserve to go out like that. He did not deserve to go out like that.
Chops at the wheel and turns his hands. So yeah, we have fun on that show, but it was that video was pretty intriguing.
That's cool. What's for lunch?
Well, guys, if you come to Kansas with Old Clint, you gotta have some good barbecue. If you're gonna have good barbecue, it better say this emblem right here on. A lot of good barbecue, Q39. There's a bunch of them here, but Jack's that's my favorite. And I figured I'd give my old buddies some Jack Stack. Here you go, Kevin. And if you're gonna
What the? What is going on in the booth? What is that? What are they doing? What are they doing? Huh? What are they eating? What are they eating? Are you serious right now? I mean, yeah, true, it is Kansas City after all, but still, why are we getting distracted? What and paying attention to what they're eating? Like, come on.
Can't guarantee anything, but that right there, once we clear stage 2, it's wide open to lap 188. I love the fact that Larry is like hedging his bet because you just never know what these teams are trying to do from a strategy standpoint. There's not burn in. Am I not
Wow, Larry Mack.
I'll send a runner down there, nobody. Look at Ryan Blaney's fastest stops this season, and they came right here. A change at the jack position. He was going to get Josh Berry's jack man from last week.
All right, here they come.
They had to make a last-minute audible call, and yet that team has done very, very well. Regan.
Well, Christopher Bell continuing to have a good run today. Few more complaints is from the right quality's not as good for him right now as what he wants, and he went 2-3 everywhere except entry as that run progressed on to the 9-car. Chase Elliott.
Christopher Bell down and away. Elliott with this. Elliott's blocked. He was blocked by Cindric coming out of this stall there. That's going to cost him a bunch of time. Larson down and away. And it looks as though Christopher Bell's going to get out first. No, Hamlin out first. Hold on.
Chase Elliott, he was a big loser in that one. Big trouble for the night.
Yeah, this was what happened. As Elliott was coming out of his stall, his path was blocked by Cindric. Could not get out of there fast enough.
Meet the new Sonic All-American Smasher lineup. Hand smash patties made with Angus beef, always made to order and served hot off the grill.
Yeah, I love that commercial too, John. The See the USA in your Chevrolet commercial. I love that commercial, that song.
Stars of IndyCar Series descend upon the orange. Wherever you are moving to your own. Indy continues. Next on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing market.
The playoffs have entered the chat, and so it's FanDuel Predicts. Sign up and get a $25 bonus so you can prove that you know ball. Focus on what's happening on the court. Predict the spread, total points, or the game winner. With FanDuel Predicts, the moments are yours to decide. Sign up and get a $25 bonus so you can lock it in, then follow every run, stop, and fast break. This is your moment to prove you know ball. Download FanDuel Predicts now.
Racing is an expensive sport, and I remember my dad working 24/7 because he's taking care of my racing. So the Spectrum sponsorship was huge for sure. I think my dad's the most excited about all this because he set up the original Spectrum sponsorship, and I think that's the most part for me is seeing how excited he is. So if I were to win in the Spectrum car, I think it would be unbelievable.
Is it me or is the race not in full screen? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You cannot have the
Your side of the TV ain't in full screen? Huh?
And honestly, I go crazy on Monopoly.
I think it's just you, NASCAR fan.
So do I know too.
Hmm.
If I really didn't think that, Kathleen would do this.
Fox 11, the ones to watch.
Live here at Kansas Speedway, where Kyle Larson, his last win came here. He is trying to get his first victory of the season and win this race for the third straight year. Recap the highlights of the front row. Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Toyotas. Contact fade. Reddick out in front of Hamilton the most laps in that early storm.
Yeah, the first green flag pit stop, we had to see Blaney pull up his pits, makes contact with Allmendinger. Had a little bit of damage on Blaney's nose, he's got a lockdown in 21st.
Denny Hamlin, the stage one winner with 83 laps, but then in stage two, Kyle Larson, lap 89, gets out in front. His car back is 16th at 1 point, becomes the all-time lap leader here at Kansas. All right, Jamie Little, inside 97 laps to go here. Who do you like the rest of it? I know on the pre-race show you picked Denny Hamlin, but you're leaning towards Larson at the moment.
No, I like still like him, but I think it's all going to be all about the restart. Who can get up front. The story to me that's going to happen now is that they're going to have to make the longest two runs if this goes green that they're going to see all day long. And it just seems like the tires are right on the verge of being worn out. We've seen some issues today with guys, so it's going to have advantage in that. It just gets great research here, Chris.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're seeing a lot of cautions, but you never know in the final few.
Oh, you changed this.
Race. Yeah, stage two. You never know, right? It's happened. That's how it's going. No stage two winner has won a race this year. That was a good note. Unless you're the stage two winner. Let's go back to the booth.
All right.
Laps to go. The longest runs of the day here. Kyle Larson, last year's winner, came out with bid scoring. So Denny Hamlin will line up with Christopher Bell. Reddick with Larson in row 2. Take a look at the difference here on pit road. Hamlin came out first.
Yeah, he beat him everywhere. Denny Hamlin beat Kyle Larson.
Wow.
Down pit road. Crew beat him in the pit box and ultimately got him back control of this race. And you see on his outside right there, Christopher Bell, same thing.
In the top 10 for the restart, 6 Toyotas, 2 Chevys, Larson and Hocevar, 2 Fords, Buscher and Keselowski. 5 cars took the wave around. Smith, Chastain, McDowell, Allmendinger, and Ware. None of them back to the lead lap. So we will restart with 20 lead lap cars, including Daniel Suarez, who got the free pass at the end of stage 2. The only cautions we've had is for the ends of the 2 stages. Best restarter in the business.
All right. Here we go. The 2 Gibbs Toyotas up front, duking it out for the lead. Restart zone, green flag, final stage underway. Briscoe already fanning out 3 wide underneath Carson Hocevar. And Chase Elliott backing up through the middle of the field. Watch out, Herbst. Watch out, Keselowski. That was close. Bell got a good run off the top of the turns 3 and 4. Now he goes to the high side of Denny Hamlin, trying to go for the lead. Is he going to get it? He's got the preferred line around the high side, trying to go the long way around. And he's got it away from the 11 car. Probably the big loser out of that restart was Kyle Larson. Yikes. Back in the 5th spot. Ouch.
Ty Gibbs around the outside of Hearst. That's going to be for 10th place. Now underneath. Keselowski for 9th place. Pulling down on Briscoe for 8th place. Last week's winner.
Made a few passes right there. They definitely struggled on these restarts to keep the track position.
Oh, Alessandro, please don't mention Marcus again. That Christopher Bell spammer who just refuses to stop spamming on every NASCAR related post and video. And his cult of supporters have no issue with that. Please don't bring that up again.
Larson, last year's winner of this race, his teammate Chase Elliott won the fall race here. Back in 12. Four Toyotas at the front. Kyle Larson's trying to change that right here against the Walls.
Meanwhile, 3 wide as Briscoe around the high side of Keselowski and Gibbs. Watch out! Almost touched there.
These restarts start to run out of time. 89 to go. Frustration sets in. Been racing about one of those guys.
And you saw Ty Gibbs right there. He was going in the bottom of the racetrack, and that's the cat and mouse game that you have to play from a driver's standpoint. He goes to the bottom, you got to go to the top. He goes to the top, you got to go to the bottom. You don't want to be in the same lane.
Now, instead of showing you the scheduled car commercial, thanks to Toyota, we're going to stay right here on track in Kansas and go Toyota all out.
Toyota all out. Here we go.
Those Camrys occupy the first 4 spots right now. Bell, Hamlin, Reddick, and Wallace together separated by a total of about 3 seconds.
And one thing that's pretty interesting about Christopher Bell right now that I noticed just right there through 3 and 4, he's actually migrated a little bit closer to the wall than we've seen a lot of those cars running. I don't know if he just slid up there that lap or if he meant to do that on purpose, but this racetrack, the line definitely changes. You've got to constantly search to be able to put yourself in a spot. Yeah, that's
You know who does that best? Dirt racers.
that's right.
Bell just ran his fastest lap of the race 5 laps ago in 9 of his 13 career wins in the lead until lap 100. So you saw him maybe 10th first today.
And we know for Bell, he doesn't want to qualify in the pole. He's never wanted to the pole. Apparently, he needs to lead late in the race to have a chance winning. So it's all lined up perfectly for Christopher Bell today.
It's making sense, though. This is the 9th straight Kansas race that Bell has led laps.
And that's
9th straight Kansas race that Bell has led laps. Wow.
Wins, go.
And look, if this race runs green, and that's been the trend that we saw in the first half of this race. If this race runs green, we know that the best pit crew on pit road sits in that 20 pit stall. They've been consistently the fastest, all the rankings, everything that they have is the best that there is on pit road. So they got it all pointing in the right direction right now for Christopher Bell for this all to line up today.
Denny Hamlin in the picture, just 6 tenths of a second back. Now Tyler Reddick sitting in third, 2 seconds off the lead. Passionate about his cars on and off the track, and here's how Toyota supports Reddick's passion.
Oh.
I think you see what they have at the racetrack, how they activate with the cars that they're selling currently. Some are more on the story side, some are more on the side of continuing to work every day, some are more on the side of what makes sense for the family. You know, when you think of all the different things that are involved in motorsports, whether it's dirt racing, Formula Drift, they like to invest in it for too.
And that's Toyota all up. 83 laps to go. Ty Gibbs not loving his car right now. Listen in.
Oh my gosh, Ty Gibbs! Oh my gosh, Ty Gibbs!
You know, in a tight race car, that's all you can do is wait on it to turn 2.
Did you hear Ty Gibbs? He was like, it's oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Ty Gibbs is not a happy camper behind that 54 car. He is not a happy camper behind that 54 car. Ouch. But anyways, Ty Gibbs was like, it's so tight. Or whatever he said. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Gibbs.
His car has just come to life the last about 50 or so laps. Remember, he was leading on the last lap here in the fall when he got together with Benny Hamlin. He also has a win here. Talking to him about this aid scheme, the Boys and Girls Club of America. He was a Boys and Girls Club member when he was a child. Has great memories. And on April 30th, he will be inducted into the Boys and Girls Hall of Fame in North Carolina. That's something near and dear to his heart. And I know he wants to get to victory lane to celebrate with them and all that they've done for him in his life. So Bubba, holding on, pretty happy with the car. Just doesn't want to get what Ty Gibbs has.
Shout out to Riley Herbst. He's in 13th position currently, doing decent. Yep. Well, 14th actually, Alessandro. It's actually 14th right now. Watch out, Chastain. Get out of the way, dude. Oh, man. Going through the lap cars. Going past the criminal. Oh, it's Cody Ware.
You look for to power along as that leader Bill is catching them. He forces him out of his line. Maybe you can stay high, get a run on him up off the corner. Those are opportunities for these levers.
Ross Chastain coming back up on track after an unscheduled pit stop. Here's Regan.
Like 19 to Chase Elliott been both for the day inside the top 10, but right now, much like his teammate Ty Gibbs that we just talked about, struggling with that 19 car. Both team, I cannot get it to turn down the hill at all. Way too tight with the front end.
Thanks, Regan. Actually, Chastain, that was a scheduled stop. He was one of the 5 cars that took the wave around at stage end and was out of fuel, if not out of tires. Now, that means we will see Zane Smith, AJ Allmendinger, Michael McDowell.
Oh, watch out, Briscoe. Just cleared in front of the 60 of Ryan Preece. That's for the 12th position.
Laps complete, 76 to go on a caution-free day, except for the stage.
As Christopher Bell continues to hold a slim lead over Denny Hamlin. 0.3 of a second.
COPD tried to stop you. You kept going. Breastfeeding, a 3-in-1 inhaler. Better breathing starting within 5 minutes and helps prevent flare-ups. Breastfeed won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breastfeed more than prescribed. Breastfeed may increase risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Ask your doctor about Breastfeed.
Is this here country song about Chili's Presidente margaritas just a shameless way to sell Chili's Presidente margaritas? Sure is.
Situation for himself because they said podcast about because that's what Kyle Busch said. He's like, I can make his life better. So
Hello? Whoa. Mama Birkin 85 lives here? Yep, that's my mom. The absolute legend who went from millionaire phone to relentless online streaming slayer with no mercy for any living thing is your mom?
Hey guys, apples with peanut butter? How is this possible?
AT&T Wireless and Home Internet.
Hey, text me if you need anything.
Get home internet from AT&T. Now available across the nation.
No, she's been nice to me.
Talk about a pushy situation. Does RAV stand for Rush Hour Avoidance Vehicle? A really aerodynamic vehicle. It's a reverse engine vehicle. I can do it on my license. Toyota, let's go places.
Some weekends come and go, others stick with you forever. Stories told loud, tailgates that never end. Strangers becoming best friends. Yeah, it's all that and then some. This is Texas. It's not just a race, it's the kind of Lone Star weekend you wish you found soon. The Worth 400 presented by Little Mom, the first we heard. Come experience it once and you'll be back again. Get tickets at TexasMotorspeedway.com.
Today, a lot of position of the Eastern track at the moment is because of the efforts of these pit crews. Make no mistakes. Fast stops keep you up front. Slow stops send you to the back. Contact limits. 70 laps to go. And by example, Larson Hosevar's crew, Hosevar in 7th place. They have lost in 19 spots today. They passed 25 cars to get them back. Here's the progressive race summary. Christopher Bell, the latest of 6 leaders, 11 lead changes, 20 lead lap cars, given on the last of those. The only cautions have been for the stage breaks. Hamlin and Larson, the 2 stage winners. And Christopher Bell has extended his lead on Denny Hamlin to pretty much double it from when we went to break.
Now the gap between Bell and Hamlin is about 6/10 of a second, almost 7/10 of a second now, because they just got by the lapped car.
The guy who's a fair amount faster in the last few laps is Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace, the 2 cars right behind them. They've been putting down a tenth and a half.
Yeah, this race overall has been pretty disappointing. This overall race has been very disappointing. This was supposed to be the next gen's bread and butter track. Like, last fall was very decent, especially the ending, but now we come to the spring race of this year, and it's the opposite. Like, why? So worse than last year's spring race here at Kansas? Oh yeah, definitely.
Drag racing and Trans Am and IMSA and in NASCAR. Let's show you Carson Hosevar's day.
Wow. Pit road issue, slow pit stop. Now he's in the 7th position. That's the kind of day that Hosevar has had. Not every intermediate race with this car is going to be a barn burner. I guess you're right about that, John, but still.
There's Hosevar just ahead of Ty Gibbs on the Monster Can.
Oh! Hosevar got a little squirrely coming off the corner. Here comes Gibbs to the inside, taking the 7th spot away from Hosevar, and he's got it.
And that's how 7th place changed hands.
Whoa, and Gibbs kind of got a little squirrely, and Hosevar takes the spot back. My gosh. Happy birthday to Jack Roush. He becomes 84 years old today. Oh, yeah. Nice one. Happy birthday, Jack Roush. 84 years young. How about it?
I've been told my whole life that I'm pretty fast. For a girl. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's not true. Because with the right team, you write your own story. So now,
It's savage, total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor. But ain't it just hits? Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better and with it.
It's Cod's biggest sale of the year. Save up to 30% on moving and storage until May 18th. And see why Cods is America's #1 container moving company. Whether you're relocating or renovating, save up to 30% at Cods.com.
Oh, Dr. Pepper cherry is the best.
It's Dr. Pepper Blackberry is the
It's
best.
Dr. Pepper and cream, so.
I reckon it's Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream.
Oh gosh. That was a close one.
Ally helps millions spend smarter and save more for the things that matter most to them. That's why we're the bank that's your
I was on my toes. I was on my toes for that one.
When the All-Stars come to town, you don't stay home. On May 15th through 17th, you gather the crew, you pack the cooler, you make it a monster weekend. Tailgates, free fan zone fun, and the NASCAR All-Star Race at Dover Motor Speedway. This is the weekend everyone talks about. Get your tickets today at dovermotorspeedway.com or call 800-441-RACE. NASCAR fans, you are the driver. Sign up for the NASCAR Fan Rewards Loyalty Program today at NASCAR.com/fanrewards. Coming up next, the fastest racing on earth. Alex Palou, Joseph Newgarden, and the stars of IndyCar. Take on the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. The Road 85 continues next. Only on Fox. Here in Kansas, our aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear. Tried, tested, proven legendary. As Christopher Bell leads Tyler Reddick by 1.1 seconds now. Denny Hamlin curved 2 seconds back over Wallace, Kyle Larson. The top 5. Here's Regan on our leader.
Christopher Bell up front doing a very nice job right now. Had a lot of kind of back and forth on their radio throughout the course of the day about what they needed for green flag stops and yellow flag stops. Take a listen, okay? Right here, and then let it go free on the flat truck. You feel like you need to be higher? Maybe a quarter number. Exactly, JJ. Definitely, yeah. These things have been unloved. Here, a driver. Get that much detail.
It's a new horsepower package at this point. Yeah, for real. For real.
When you can get that feedback from the driver like you're getting from Christopher Bell right there, it makes your job so much easier.
So Larry, 55 laps to go. When do we expect that? What may be the final stop of the day? Yeah, Mike, this is a chess match right here.
Well, Tyler Reddick just got by Denny Hamlin for the second spot. I just noticed that.
That's about 7 to 10.
Meanwhile, we got another swap for position. This is for 9th as Cindric takes it away from Hocevar.
As tight as his car is, his right front even go 47 laps. And Denny Hamlin, Kevin and I have been watching him too. He's really fallen off in the last couple laps. I think he might be able to go on.
Yeah, I mean, he has definitely lost a few tenths to the front 2 cars, and he was right with them up until 3 or 4 laps ago.
Christopher Bell has been under fire from Ross Chastain, who went by because Chastain was just on pit road 20 laps ago. Remember, he was on that alternate strategy when he took the wave around in the end of the stage, so he flew right by the race leader. So Christopher Bell's kind of walking the dog right now, trying to get to that pit stop.
He's
Come
coming
on.
fire from Tyler Reddick here.
Yep, Tyler Reddick's coming with a full head of steam now as they're getting by the lap cars.
Reddick's dealing with that lap traffic now. But for the last few laps, Reddick's definitely been the better car at the end of this run.
Reeling him in. At 47 lap mark, it's 6 laps from that last 220. The first race had to deal with Cody Ware, who also got some fresh tires there, pulled up alongside, couldn't complete the pass, and drops him on.
Pit stops Hamlin's the first to dive onto pit lane. Possible final stop of the race? Who knows? Briscoe's also on pit lane. He just finished his service. And Hamlin's down and away. Austin Dillon's on pit road now.
You see that hopefully the back of the car got full of as much fuel as possible to keep the balance right on that car, but they're definitely not going to wait on it.
Cindric's on pit lane. Bowman's on pit lane now. Ty Gibbs on pit lane. Logano's on pit lane now. Oh, looks like Gibbs caught the wall again. Ryan Priest is on pit lane. Here comes Larson onto pit lane as well. Keselowski, Shane Van Gisbergen, Riley Herbst, William Byron.
We've seen them do this so many times where they stay out on the racetrack and run extra laps compared to the rest of the field and then work their way back through the field. So the biggest thing that you don't
Larson's down and away. Eric Jones on pit lane. Buscher's on pit lane now. Todd Gillen just finished his service. And here comes Tyler Reddick trying to attempt the undercut over Christopher Bell. That Chris Buescher paint scheme looks so good. Yeah. And here comes Christopher Bell, the leader. He responded with Tyler Reddick attempting the undercut. Reddick's down and away. Bubba Wallace just finished his service. Chase Elliott just finished his service. Same with Carson Hocevar. Bell's down and away. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's no contest. So the only driver that's left to pit is Daniel Suarez. Oh, watch out! Watch it, Suarez! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Yeah, you've got to pit at this point, Suarez. You got really close to the outside wall. Wow. Already? Dang, Reddick.
Gilliland trying to stay on the lead lap, but now one lap down.
You know, I'm glad you said that. And the flip side of that conversation is Denny Hamlin. Look at all the cars that are in front of him, slowing his progress down. Not exactly ideal for a short pit situation. Hard back in traffic's prevent him from running big laps.
There's the green flag.
Whoa.
Christopher Bell by
Yeah, Hamlin's trying to get around the lap cars, but it looks as though Reddick's able to maneuver around the lap cars a bit faster.
Really got snookered on that pit cycle. 45 just beat him to the punch right there to get to pit road first and jump over Christopher Bell. Larry?
Yeah, just looking at the actual pit stops, the time they were in the box. Denny Hamlin was 10.6. Tyler Reddick was 9.5.
Yeah, Reddick was much faster that last lap than Hamlin. Hamlin ran at 31.43, while Reddick 31.11.
41 laps to go. Reddick has now got Denny Hamlin's lead down to 2.5 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
Switch to T-Mobile and you can pay off your old phone up to $800.
This is Arby's new French dip royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, Your Royal Highness."
Arby's, we have the meat.
And Doug,
Thank you both for coming in. I'm a bit worried about Doug Jr. I know how important Liberty Mutual is to your family.
I customize car insurance to save people hundreds.
Right. Well, Doug Jr. keeps writing this. This Jr.
Well, at least they spelled insurance right, right?
He did not.
Only pay for what you need. To tell you the truth, we could take or leave the extravagance. The attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado. The only ability you wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this. Born from bootleggers, built by rule breakers. Quietly unapologetic, authentically NASCAR.
Whoa, watch out! Yeah! Wow! Oh my gosh, Chastain!
Seconds on Tyler Reddick. It looked like Christopher Bell got against the wall and then surrendered fourth place to Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, and right now, Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick are going through the same lap traffic, and that sequence didn't quite work out as well for Reddick that time through traffic. But
Let's go back and watch him. You see him up at the top of your
Oh, yeah, there's where Bell caught the wall. There's where he caught the wall. Yep. Got a little too close to the outside wall there, Bell. Oh my gosh, that was close. Between Bubba Wallace and Ross Chastain. Wow. Oh my gosh.
We almost got our first caution for cause today, other than the two stage breaks. Why does he cut into the wall? Why is that car so slow as long as it is? Still running fifth. That team is slowing down, did he? Yeah, that cost him a couple spots, but he got right back to race pace. He did. Around the turn, next on Fox,
Yep, coming up next after the NASCAR race at Kansas, Long Beach Grand Prix, the Acura Long Beach Grand Prix for the IndyCar Series coming up right after this NASCAR race at Kansas. So I might do another stream regarding to that. I don't know. I mean, that's pretty close. I don't know.
experience and wisdom behind the wheel. 21 years he's been doing this. He knows how to save those tires in that short dead call.
This battle for fourth still going on as Christopher Bell tries to take the fourth place back from Bubba Wallace. He does. As Bubba Wallace had to check up off that corner. Oh my gosh, Kyle Busch running dead last 5 laps down. Oh my gosh, that is sad. That is sad. Look at this. Look at this. Kyle Busch dead last 5 laps down. That is sad, man. That is so sad. Please, somebody, anybody, please bail Kyle Busch out of that 8 car ASAP. Somebody, please bail Kyle Busch out of that 8 car. Dang. So that was Hamlin's response to when Kyle Busch clapped back at him. I swear, if this becomes another Hamlin win, I swear, if this is another Hamlin win in the making, that would just be torture to what has already been a boring race here at Kansas.
Which would be about 2 laps from now, about 2:46. And we've had 2 overtime finishes at Kansas Speedway in Atlanta. And last week it was Larry, a very smart fellow, sitting right to my right, says wishing and hoping is not a strategy. It's my strategy. I'm here for a good strategy. Strategy, hope, engaged. 14th place, Alex Bowman, Corey Heim. Rare come start. I think it'll become less rare as things move on. As last year's truck champion, if he was eligible for truck rules, he'd be third in the standing. Once we started running truck races regularly here after the season started.
Well, he gets rid of those truck races because he kept winning them all. He had a chance to win $500,000 at Bristol. Well, a little bit short, but Corey Heim is one of the great prospects coming up through the ranks and has definitely done everything that you would do in truck racing. And he does a great job every time that he's got in.
Oh, tight between Heim and Bowman. So this is the battle for 14th, happening all right in front of Riley Herbst. And Heim with the slide job in front of Bowman. And Herbst is going to try to follow through. Watch out. Hang on to it.
This is for the 15th position. There's 3 of the Hendrick cars in the top 15, the following 17. I've been glued on this number right here for quite some time. Just pay attention to it little by little. He should have won on that lead. Denny Hamlin. 19 to go.
Is it going to be enough for Reddick to try to catch Hamlin, though? Is Reddick going to have enough time to catch Hamlin, though? I don't know.
He's taking it absolutely. I mean, he's just kind of slowly but surely running him down lap after lap. And that map looks up. He will get there. Well, next week we move from the mile and a half to the fastest speedway on earth at Talladega, Alabama. And look at NASCAR. They have flipped the script on the stage lengths. Stage 1's going to be a grind, 98 laps, but stage 2 and 3 at 45 laps apiece. What do you think, Larry? I think once we get to stage 3, you'll see wide open throttle. Hammer down again.
I hope you're right, Larry Mack. I hope you're right, Larry Mack.
Denny Hamlin has won the last 2 mile-and-a-half track races on the circuit. Last driver to win 3 straight.
Well, looking at that, coming off turns 1 and 2, Reddick made a big gain off that corner. Reddick made a big gain through that corner. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Yeah, Reddick's coming, man. He's coming. Yep, employee versus boss for the win. Pretty much. Another big chunk gained for Reddick on Hamlin's lead. 14 laps to go. I mean, this has been a very boring race overall, but please do not let Hamlin win this ring. Do not let Hamlin win this thing. Yeah, Reddick's coming. 0.6 of a second. Holy cow. Made a big gain down the front stretch. He made a big gain down the front stretch. Four tenths of a second. Yep, Reddick is there. He's trying, but as we've seen multiple times, catching him is one thing, but passing him a whole different scenario. Hamlin went to the low side. Why did he do that? Why did Hamlin go to the low side? That just allowed Reddick to make a big gain on him. Made a big gain around the top. Reddick's going low. Oh, got caught up in the wake of the 11 right there. Yep, there he goes. Oh, not quite. He's going to try to get in the gas a bit earlier than his boss. Yeah, Hamlin's in trouble. He can't hold him off. 10 laps to go, side by side. Reddick's trying to side draft his boss, trying to go for the lead. Tight. That's for the win, and there he goes. There goes Reddick to the point. There was nothing Hamlin could do there. Reddick was just too fast. But Hamlin's still keeping pace with the 45. He's still trying to keep pace with his employee. The boss still trying to keep pace with his employee. There's a car owner, Michael Jordan, watching his co-owner trying to go after his employee. Get out of the way, SVG. Thank you. Thank you, SVG. Oh boy, Hamlin's closing back in. Dang it. Oh, come on, Dylan. What are you doing, Dylan? Oh boy, big run. Here we go. Yep, here comes Hamlin to the inside. Dang it, Dylan. Nope, not enough momentum. Not enough momentum for the 11. Nope. Five to go now. Wait, I thought it was 5 to go. Still 6 to go? Oh my gosh, Dylan, get out of the way! Get out of the way, Dylan! Damn! Dylan, get out of the way, dude! Thank you! Golly, Dylan, what are you doing? No wonder No wonder RCR sucks now. No wonder Richard Childress' cars suck. Gosh, man. 6 miles remain. Oh boy. Oh, watch out, Bowman. Thank you. Come on, Ty Dillon. Get out of the way. Get out of the way, Ty Dillon. Thank you. Good. Now Hamlin's going to have to deal with it. Oh, watch out. Reddick over the radio was pissed at Dillon. I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was pissed. Oh, boy. Oh, Reddick got the wall. Damn it. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Damn it. It's over. It's probably over at this point. Damn it. 2 to go. What? Spinner? Huh? Caution! What? Wait a second. Of course it's the criminal Cody Ware. Wait a second. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. As soon as I heard Mike George yell, Spinner, turn 4. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, this race has been overall boring, but at least we'll get an exciting finish out of this as long as Hamlin doesn't win it. I really hope Hamlin doesn't win this thing. Cody, what made you think this was a good idea to sabotage Danny Hamlin's chances of winning? Oh boy. Yep, that criminal Cody Ware, of course. This is who Rick Ware and Tommy Baldwin chose over Corey LaJoie, by the way. Over Corey LaJoie, by the way. Oh boy.
Fuel cell has 2 lift pumps in it, and they know when they run out of fuel, they can just throw the switch, and it goes to a reservoir. They know exactly how they let
Reddick has to come to pit road anyway. Yeah, pretty sure. Are the pits open this time? And yep, they're lining up. Yep, here they come. Here they come. Oh boy. I'm hoping for some type of strategy play. Keselowski's out with 2 tires. Bell's out with 2 tires. Wait, no. Bell didn't stop yet. Never mind. Of course, Hamlin takes 2 tires. Why wouldn't he? Bell's code word was asparagus or Captain Crunch? What? What? What is with these code words, man? What is with these code words, man, nowadays? What is with these random code words nowadays, huh? What is this?
Change happens fast. Lock in your internet price for 5 years and get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
I'll tell you who you are. What you can't do.
Where you don't belong.
With the right people at your side, you write your own story.
You don't wait for success. You chase it. Sharper, tougher, faster. With every lap.
And when you give everything you got, you don't just win. You inspire what comes next.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be. If you have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Cobenfy, a twice-daily pill for schizophrenia. Cobenfy was created with a different approach in mind and delivered improvement in schizophrenia symptoms overall. Plus, in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take it allergic to Cobenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach, certain liver problems, or untreated narrow angle glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow angle glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know how Cobenfy affects you. Seek help right away. Do not wait. Swelling of your throat, tongue or throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
Imagine what could be Cobenfy.
Imagine what it could be. Cobenfy.
Coming up next on Fox, the accurate Grand Prix of Long Beach, long-running street circuit event. It's going to be a great one. Felix Rosenquist is on the pole, and you will see that. The road to the Indy 500 continuing next, only on Fox. But first, overtime in Kansas.
Yep.
The AdventHealth 400. There are the tires taken on this stop. The first 10 took 2 tires. Chase Briscoe, the first car on 4 tires. Every car on the lead lap stopped. Remember last fall, Chase Elliott restarted 10th in the last stop. He was the first car on 4 tires. And watch what happened. There is Elliott. First car on the restart.
This was in the fall race when Chase Elliott rocketed from 10th spot all the way up to the lead on the last lap in 2 laps. Yep, because Denny Hamlin and Bubba Wallace were screwing over each other and never saw the 9 coming hard on the inside. And Elliott said, "Get out of the way. I'm taking this win." Wow. Get out.
This thing is wide open right now because these restarts, when we get into these situations, just become wild.
The other cars taking the wave around here, so that will give the lead lap cars a clear path behind the pace car. The first 10 with 2 tires. With 4 tires.
With the gap that the 11 and the 45 had on the field, it'd be hard to see that from the box. But from up here,
All right.
view, they had enough gap possibly to put 4 tires on those 2 cars and still have that lead.
All right.
That was an opportunity that
Think they're coming to the choose rule this time. Just anyone but the 11, please. Anyone but the 11, please.
Compared to Larson and Reddick and some of these cars around him. So he's going to have to get a great restart because he's got a few of the best in the business right behind him with Reddick, Larson, Bell that are always pretty aggressive on these restarts to make something happen.
It's game on. So those 2 Toyotas will take the front row, just opposite positions from where they started the day. In row 2, Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell, who is plus 10.
My guess is on the restart is Larson hopefully takes it 3 wide on Hamlin and Reddick. Try to overtake both those guys. That's my guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but we'll see. The win is wide open for multiple drivers on this restart, not just Hamlin and Reddick. Yep. Just anyone but the 11, please.
Gibbs and Elliott row 4. Then you get to the first guys with tires. Bristol in row 5 with 4 tires. Fresh. Cindric. Byron Busher. 2-lap shootout as we go to overtime, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
All right, here we go. Pace car off. Final 2-lap shootout. 3 miles to the finish. Anyone but the 11, please. Green, white checker. Here we go. Oh, wow. Of course it was dead even. Oh, there goes Larson. 3 wide. Oh, man, that was tight. Oh, go Larson. Come on, Larson. Come on, come on. Clear, clear, clear. Oh, bells in the wall. Yes, clear. We're clear. Ha-ha. Suck it, Hamlin. Go, go, go. Coming to the line. White flag. 1 left to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Come on, Larson. Come on, Larson. Oh, dang it, Reddick. No. Look at Briscoe. Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. Side draft. Down the back stretch for the final time. Oh, of course. Oh, man. Reddick got it. Wow. Wow. Reddick somehow got it. Wow. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh. I literally thought it was over once they got the line. With the gap that Larson had over the field, I thought it was over. I literally thought it was over. But man, Reddick just drove it. He just drove it on the final lap. Reddick leaving RCR was the best decision of his career. Yep, definitely. Yep. Yep, and once again, for the 5th time this season, Reddick's crew coming through the infield. Wow. That's number 5 of the season for Reddick. This dude just cannot stop winning. This dude just cannot stop winning. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, for a boring race for a race this was boring as was, how boring this race was overall, I'll take this win for Reddick over a Heartland win any day.
Yeah, just really blessed with the late caution. How about that? Was that nuts or what? I couldn't believe it. I mean, first off, I feel like I have to say, obviously, just for how I feel, and I never like being on the inside, but really hate that for Christopher Bell. It's for good hard racing. 11 came up, and I took off tight. So, not thrilled that I got Christopher there. I hate that for him because he's having a good, solid day. So, man, it's just these later race restarts, it gets really, really crazy there. And obviously, I had to run on the 5, and I was just shocked I was able to get to his inside there. So, just an incredible supply. I was Toyota Camry all day long. So, yeah, it was really big.
The fall Kansas race, and now the spring, Hamlin has come up short. Yep. Yep.
How much time and effort does this team put in to get back to this moment?
Yeah, a lot. We were really solid here last fall, and the car was a lot like that again here this weekend. So we didn't lead a lot of laps, unfortunately. I let Denny get away there and save one, and we were just behind running them in most of the time there. But yeah, to be able to make the right call there, great call by Billy to put 2 tires on, and we didn't have the cleanest restart. I tried to cover the 20, he got outside, and yeah, it was 3 wide, and just all ran out of room.
How about MJ, the boss man? He shows up. You guys dominate practice, get the pole. What is it about his presence? You guys just seem to step up.
Gotta deliver for boss man. He's gotta come hang out with us. We gotta give him dubs. That's what it's all about.
All about the wins. There's MJ. Big time this season. How about this moment? We watched those emotions. What was that like watching those closing laps?
Well, I mean, look, I'm racing against Danny. So that's, and I really wanted to beat him because I know we're going to talk a lot of trash a little bit later. But when we started around the field, I didn't know what was happening, but 23-11, all the guys drove well today. I mean, we finished, I think, on 4 cars in the top 15. So, I mean, that says a lot about the program.
Man, I legit thought it was over when Larson got the lead on that last restart. I legit thought it was over. But man, Reddick just drove it in the final 2 corners and got it made. Wow.
Congratulations, MJ. Tyler Reddick, he gets the winning flag, and it's the 5th win on the season.
Coming up next on Fox, the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. Really digging continues from Long Beach live on Fox. First, we've got a few more of today's drivers in interview. All 37 cars running at the finish. Reddick beats Kyle Larson by 1/10 of a second. Stick around.
Everyone has free offers on the latest phones, but T-Mobile gives a lot more. T-Mobile family saved over $3,700. Compared to the other big guys in the past 5 years, our experience plans include amazing benefits like Netflix, free dash pass by DoorDash, and a bunch more.
Well, honestly, folks, I don't have much to say about this Kansas race because of how boring this was overall. But that sprint at the finish, I really thought it was over. When Larson took the white flag, I thought it was over because of the gap he had over Reddick. But in the first 2 corners, Reddick just sent it into the first 2 corners, side by side, got alongside Larson in the 5. Then the final 2 corners, they both sent it, but Reddick had the better drive off and got the win. That's all I can say. Again, Tyler Reddick and 2311 Racing, they're just on a heater right now. They are firing on all cylinders. That's 5 now in the first 9 races that Tyler Reddick and 2311 Racing have won this season. Wow, they are seriously making a case for the championship in 2026. They are literally making a case to be champions in 2026. But that's it for Kansas. I don't have much to say, honestly. Overall, it was a boring race, but at least an exciting finish on top of that. But that doesn't change the fact because of how boring this race was. So I give this race a like a 6 out of 10. like 5 to 6 out of 10. It wasn't that special. I call for more higher horsepower for the intermediates coming in 2027. We want higher horsepower in 2027 for all tracks, except for the super speedways. Which, speaking of which, they're off to Talladega next weekend, and hopefully the racing is better because of the stage length changes from 98 to 45. That's the stage lengths for Talladega next week. We'll just see what happens. But at least it wasn't Hamlin winning. That's all I can say. At least it wasn't Hamlin winning. But now I got to get ready for the IndyCar stream that's happening in just a few minutes after this. So stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned in about 20 minutes for the IndyCar race happening at Long Beach. So I'll see you guys there. Peace out.